Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. I'll get a bit of an idea of whether the hired help is going to be useful on this one. I think actually we're going to be alright. We're there, and he's going to turn around, so he's going to get to this point, he's going to turn. They may leave a little bit of a strip up the front there. But, I mean, they leave bits all over the place with this one anyway, so it's not really going to make a lot of difference on that. And then, once that bit is done... Go on, you can do this. A little bit more. There we go. Right, and then the gap that it's got up there, that might actually be just right to go all the way up to the other end of the field without lifting out of the ground and without missing any of the crop either, which would be absolutely fantastic, although I'm not overly optimistic about that. I reckon it's going to encounter problems because it's hired help, and hired help just does that. That's just what we've come to expect. So you go there. So, yeah, canola going in here. The chickens have got now plenty of feed. The pigs are doing quite nicely. They've got food and stuff at the moment. I would really like to have mixed feed. Now, I can take produce up to the mill, and we can turn that into mixed feed up there. And I'm hoping that what we can do is we can get enough money from the eggs to not only get the corn header that we desperately need, but we can also get the garden, which means that we'll be able to start producing some potatoes. No, not potatoes, it's sugar beet that we're going to need. Sugar beet, we can start producing a bit of sugar beet, and then that's going to sort of cover all of the bases. So let me jump over to you. And we go back up this way. So I don't need to do anything else with this trailer for now. Yes, we wouldn't have been able to put the sides on this trailer anyway, because that's going to cost us like, I think it's at 6,000 euros, and there's no way I'm spending 6 grand on putting sides on this trailer, because we have other trailers here that we can use. So we've got that one, and we've also got a few others around. One thing that we do need is a tractor with a front loader, because this one doesn't have it. And this one doesn't have it either. So we can't do anything with the front loader just at the moment, which means that getting fresh bags is also going to be a problem. We've got seed there, but we're nearly run out. And we're going to need more. So we've got the front loader, we just don't have the adapter on the tractor. How much does that cost? Let's go and have a look. Because we've got the workshop here. We have the capabilities of adding it. We just don't have it on here yet. Let's have a look. John Deere. Ouch. I need to spend 4,000 euros repairing the tractor as well. Forgot about that bit. I need to spend quite a bit of money. Now, configure engine, the front loader attachment. So we can put on the John Deere front loader attachment as 1,500 euros. That's not so bad, actually. I mean, yes, I'm not doing it at the moment. Definitely not spending that money. We want to keep the money. Every penny that we've got, we want to keep at the moment. The front weight I am going to keep hold of, because I want it for things. But that rake, I think we will take that and we will sell it. I think the time has come to get rid of that one. It's not a lot of money, but there is a bit of money there that we can get, and a bit of money is really good. It will make a difference to the way that we can do things. It will make a difference to things. Now, I've got that bit right there, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to back up a little bit. You know what? Come over here. I'm just going to start planting the canola from here for a minute. Like that. I'll just start putting this in here. So we don't have a roller. I'm going to run this as a straight line down through here. Just because I think it would be a better way of doing it. I'm going to stop there a second. And then I'm going to go to this one. And I'm going to just get these bits. We will come back and get the rest of the bits later. There we go. Is that. And I'll also go up here and get the bit up here. That's just going to... It's so that we've got like a little bit of space to get started with the planting of the canola. And you drop down there like that. And take that bit out. And then I can come over here. So then there'll be a little bit more over the other end. But it's... That'll be fine. We can cope with that. You here. Put that there, I think. Hired help. Go, go, go. Right, that one's on his way. And then I can go over here. And this one, I just doing a straight line across here. So now I can engage it there and come out onto this side. Round and round we go. On a little bit further. And then I'll set the hired help going here. And again, I'll just sort of check it and make sure that it does a tidy job over on this side. I'm not going to go this way very much further because I don't want to argue with that one too much. I'm amazed I didn't actually have that say that I was blocking that the hired help can't do anymore because it's being blocked. Some inconsiderate fool has gone and driven in front of it and caused problems. But apparently, even though I was an inconsiderate fool, it didn't seem to mind. It was all right with that. So I'm gonna chalk that up as a win, and we're gonna sort of just accept that. Right, you're going in there, which is excellent. So the corn headers. It's that one, I believe we need. 19,000. There is the one for 17,000, but I have found with my time-lapse series that actually that one's too narrow, and it's a bit of a jolly nuisance, so I don't really want that one. Now, if I could put the John Deere one on, that's only 3,000 more. This one is 3.4 meters wide. The John Deere one here is 5.3 meters wide. This is a much bigger header, but I don't know if our combine can take that. It might be too big for it. I have had that before, where I've tried to put a bigger header on, and it said, nope, no can do. Please go away. Don't try that again. And you can see the adapter on this one. This one is, like, it looks a bit different to a standard John Deere one. That's the John Deere attachment. And then, like, you got the case one. It's actually close to the John Deere one. But this one, it seems... I don't know. It's not actually that much different, is it? Maybe we can. It's an extra 3,000. I mean, yes, 3,000 is a lot of money. 3 grand is a very large chunk of money. However, 3,000 euros for an extra... What was it? That's 3.4, and then the John Deere header is 5.3. So 3,000 euros for an extra 2 meters of cutting width. I gotta be honest, that does sound pretty reasonable. It really does. That sounds like a reasonable amount. I'm kind of thinking that if we can get that, we should try it. I mean, it might end up being that it's just a little bit too... the power requirement is wrong. Because, yeah, like I said, I've had that before. You put the header on, and it says this combine's not strong enough. So, but it doesn't have a power requirement. And this is going to be slightly annoying because... So that one there, I can go with combinations on here. This is a T560, and this is a 387 horsepower combine. So the actual combine that we have got is in here. It is not that one. We've got the modded version of that one, I believe. One of these. Nope. That one. This is only 160 horsepower. This is a much smaller combine. And at only 160 horsepower, I'm not sure it's going to be able to handle that big corn header. Although, I mean, that big corn header It says this one right here, which is a 387 horsepower combine, which is quite a substantial chunk more. It's well over twice the size of engine. If I look in combinations on here, this one is, well, that's a 6-meter header, and so is that. And right, so that's the kind of thing that you're looking at with this one. Wait a minute. Right, that one there is a 6-meter header. That's a 6-meter, and this is a 5.3. That doesn't look like 5.3 meters wide, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spikes on that one altogether. This is 6 meters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spikes. It's only 2 extra spikes. Huh. Maybe it is. I'm a little bit confused about this. So what about you? What are your combinations? You're the same, yeah, you're the same combine, so it's that one. The annoying thing is it doesn't give you a power requirement. What I'm going to do is, if we can, I'll buy this one, because I think that if we could have this one and it would work, this is going to save us a lot of time with the harvesting. Harvesting with the narrow corn headers is just a very tedious affair. So if we can afford to buy that one and we can do it, then that is something that we will do. If we can't, then... well, if it turns out that we can't use it on the combine, then I'll sell it back and I'll just correct the money afterwards. I think that's what we'll have to do. Planting is coming along very nicely. I'm just taking out the last of the bits right here so that the cultivator, not the cultivator, the planter can come on through. Also, I'm going to need to just put a little bit of a line there by that tree, otherwise bad things will happen, because hired help and trees do not mix. They're just not able to function next to each other. So if I bring you down over here and put that one down there, and then run that through like that, and then I can bring this one over here. That should be all we need to actually do. And then if I put the hired help there, I'm hoping that will run. Yeah, that's staying in a straight line. Excellent. And then you, if I bring you all the way over here, we can just finish off. I've just got this little bit left to do. I was tidying up the other end, and so I came up the outside edge of the field there. If that one... bring that round, and then I've just got this little bit left to do on here, and then that one can go. Engage the hired help again. So we're on 5,300. By the time we finish this, we'll be down to 5,000. We have got now, if we look in this field, yeah, it does need rolling, but we're not bothering with rolling at the moment, and we don't need any lime in there. So that one's done. Not going to need to worry about that one anymore. That's finished now until next year. Unless I want to do some weeding. I'm not going to worry about weeding at the moment. This one only had 1 lot of fertilizer. This one we want 1 lot of oilseed radish planted, and then that'll be a double layer of fertilizer. This one will end up being the same, because the act of harvesting the corn will leave more sort of spread out across it, so that one will be fine as well. It's just weeds. Like, if we could get a weed weeder. Now, I'm doing this organically, so we got to have weeders. We got to have these. The best one to have is hoe, because these go for smaller and medium state weeds. I mean, you can get that one there is like 10,000. It's a 6-meter wide one. It's pretty good. You got that one that's 45,000. Well, as far as the hoes are concerned, this one's the best one. You can go and use these on the different crops if you want to. Right? You're not limited to using those on the crops that they're named for. They're only named for that because of the positions of the spikes and so on. So it's more like a roleplay thing. However, for this. And then you've got a row crop cultivator right there. This is the John Deere one. Now, this is lovely and cheap. It's lovely and cheap, but I think this one is more suited to just corn, and because it's a row crop cultivator. This one here, however, because of the way the wheels are, I would say would be more suitable for planted crops, likes of which we're planting all over the farm. So I'm genuinely torn on that as to whether, when I go for a weeder, whether I should save up and get that one, because this one is the most suitable. This one is genuinely the tool for the job. This is what we would be using for doing the weeding in between the rows of like barley and the oats and stuff like that. This is the one that we would want, and this one can also be used for hoeing between the corn as well. You can adapt it, you can make alterations on it, and you could use that one as well. This one up here would be perfect for doing the hoeing on the corn. That's what this one's actually designed for, and you can alter these as well. You can take tines off if you want to, and so on. So there are alterations that can be made, and if you have a look, you can see like you can undo bolts here, and you can alter the widths of them. So you can set this to pretty much however you want. But this is wide. This is row crop, so the corn. This isn't particularly suitable for doing in between a row of barley, unless you've got quite wide spacings in between the plants, and you are very careful about where you put these. So it's a bit more difficult to use for the barley and the oats, and also the canola. It could be done, I suppose, in theory, but it's really not the tool for the job. So I'm going to ask you to get into the comments, because it's going to be a little while before I'd be ready to be using that one anyway. Why are you reversing all the way up there? That's costing me money, that is. I'm not going to wait for that. Wait for that. It's going to be a little while before we're in a position to be buying a weeder. So I'm going to ask you now, do you think I should get the John Deere one for doing our weeding, even though it's not a particularly suitable tool for the job? It would still do. It still acts like a hoe rather than a weeder, because a weeder will only take out the small ones. This is a hoe. It pulls out small and medium weeds, which is the best you can hope for. You can't pull out the big weeds, so we've got a bigger window of opportunity for taking care of the weeds if we get one of those. And that is the reason that I want to get it, because sometimes when you skip the night, especially if you're only on 1 day a month, you skip the night to the next month, and the weeds go straight to the second stage of growth, which is really annoying if you've only got a weeder for small weeds. If you've only got a weeder, and you can't do it. So if you've got a hoe, you can take care of the medium-sized ones as well. So that's why I want a hoe. Do you think that the John Deere one would be suitable in this series, or do you think that I should have to use the big, the more expensive one, the one that's going to cost us 30,000 euros? But that one is actually designed for most of the crops that we do. So do we get one that is built for the job, or do we get the cheap one and we make do with the more difficult options? I'm going to put that one to you. I'm going to ask that one now, and I want to see what you say in the comment section. I'm quite curious what you're going to say about that one. I'm getting pretty good at predicting what the audience reaction is going to be, which ones you're going to go for, but you do still surprise me. This one I'm genuinely... I don't know. I know some of you are going to say go for the cheaper option because it's cheaper and, it's therefore it will be better. And some of you will say, well, no, you're right, that one it's not really suited for that work, so you should have to go for the other one, or go for a cheap weeder. And then there's also going to be one or two of you who say don't weed at all, it's just not worth the effort. But this is for a little bit later on. I'm not planning to do that like immediately. We are going to have to change this cultivator over at some point. That's another thing that's on the to-do list. Right, now that I'm finished with that, the tractor is going to keep going with the planting, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep that front weight. I'm not getting rid of the front weight, but what I will do is I'll take this one and I'm going to go and sell it, because we're just not using it. We've used it a bit at times, but generally speaking, we're just not using it. So for that reason, I'm going to go and take it and I'm going to sell it. It is a little bit weird how the bottom of it is dragging right in the ground there. You shouldn't be doing that. That is... Oh! That's why. It's because this tractor has got it too high. It's not meant to be at that kind of angle. That's on this tractor more than anything else. Alright, let's go. We'll run this up to the shop and we will sell this one. This is about 1,000 euros, I think. Probably not even that. It's going to be like 800 euros. So we're not getting a huge amount back for this one. So there's some money to come in, but not masses and masses of it. It's a bit of a shame, but that's all right. We got the use out of this one that we wanted. And now, yes, we do use the combine in the field. We do have a bit of straw that we produce, but we don't have enough that we need to have this one. We can pick everything up with the small baler as it is, and it just makes life a little bit easier. Using this one occasionally to go around the edge, but I'd rather have the money. I'd rather have the cash coming in, so I'm going to put this one in here, and I don't think that we're going to be able to get the 19 or 22,000 that we would want from selling eggs. I just can't see that happening at all, so we're going to end up selling that bale trailer as well. So I'm going to sell it now. If I do the repair work on there, it's going to get sold. So we're on 966. Okay, that puts up to 5,800. I have repairs I need to do on my tractors. I know that's piling up. It's something that we do need to go and do. And we run this one back down. So we're just not going to have the money to buy the corn header from selling eggs. I already know that. So rather than losing another couple months of depreciation on the bale trailer, I'm going to go and get that one now, and I'm going to bring that one up and we're going to sell it. It's a little bit heartbreaking to have to do it. I would rather that we didn't need to do this, but although that bale trailer is really useful, we do have an alternative that we can use, even though it means that we're going to have to take an extra trip or two, and we can always buy the bale trailer back later on if we want to. If we find that we need to, and, well, if we find that we want to, if we don't move to a different style of baling, if we don't move to, like, a bigger bale or something like that, then we can just buy that one back, and we can carry lots of bales again. But, I mean, we might get a different one. There are other trailer options, and they're all configured now with the auto-load script. They're configured to be able to take small bales. So we could take a bigger trailer. There's a couple of different ones. There's let's look in here a minute, because there's some pretty good ones. Bale loaders, they're under here. Well, those are both 20,000. The auto load stock trailer packs. I thought we had a Flegel one like this, but maybe not. You got that one, which is 153 bales. Is there another one? All of these have got auto-load options, but I don't think they're auto-load for small bales, which is a little bit of a shame. But this one, these two here, so that one there, this one has the auto-load script on it. Extension, so we'll just put the standard on. Oh, actually, we could put the extension on. So that's 20,700 euros, but it's got the bale loading. It has the auto load script on there, which we can use. It's got the auto load stock trailer pack, and that's the one that we're using at the moment. And it's this exact same. Well, it's not the same pack, but it's from this pack up here. It's from these, and these are actually really good. They're configured really nicely for it. So these right here, that they will take all of the stuff that we want, and then there's some others under the miscellaneous. But anyway, that big one, the 20,000 euro trailer, that's a really good trailer, and if we can stick a load of small bales on that one, that would be absolutely fantastic. That would be a really cool way of doing things. So we're going to run this one up, and we're going to sell it. So we're on 5,700. And we wait 2 months. So we wait till November before we want to start doing the harvest. That's going to give us a few more eggs that we can get hold of. And also that will mean the pigs will be ready to sell as well. We'll have 9 pigs that we can sell. They will have given birth to the 9 piglets that we want. So there'll be a little bit more cash coming in. I need to have my beacon on. And after we've sold the 9 pigs, the black pigs, I'm not going to let them actually reproduce. I'm going to sell them before they get to the point where they produce piglets, because I don't want the black... I bought those by mistake. That was an error, so we're just going to sell those a little bit early. We won't make quite as much money on them, but we will make a little bit, and then we'll use that money to buy back another 9 piglets, and everything should be tickety-boo. And then when we get money, we can start sort of expanding the pigs a little bit. I've made some alterations on the pigsty, so we've got a bit more capacity for food. But what we don't have is the ability to put straw or get slurry out of that pig pen, so I'm going to want a different pig pen. That's definitely on the to-do list. We need to do that. Now, this one here, if I repaint... Okay, there's less... This one's worth less than I thought. It's still 6,000. Sell. That's a shame. Right, that gives us 11 grand. How else am I going to get money? I've got to get a little bit more money. This is still not enough. I've run out of things I can sell. There's no way I'm selling the baler. I've just sold the bale trailer. Though we do need to do this. We have to have a corn header. Now 17,000, if we're desperate, we will get the 17,000 option. I'm really, really hoping we can avoid the 17,000 option, because that's just going to be a bad idea. Let me just quickly switch over to you. Oh, you are actually right onto the edge of the field. Alright, that's fine. Okay. I didn't think it was quite getting to the edge of the field. So the canola is done over there. That field is planted. Which means that we've now just got to wait for this one. The animals have got plenty of food, so we don't need to worry about that. All I need is eggs to sell. I have no other tasks I can do at the moment. This field over here is cultivated. Actually, I suppose I could get the seed drill and just put it in this field here and start planting some oilseed radish in there. I'm just going to drive you straight into the shed. Oh. Are you kidding me right now? Huh. That's why it keeps flicking over sideways. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.